or you'll get stuck in a situation like I'm in, where my headquarters is at 100, but now I have to wait for the other ones to catch up before I can go into something called direction. Direction is this here. You can pick from 3 directions: supremacy, integrity, or harmony. It would all depend on what you're interested in doing personally in your gameplay. If you're a fighter, you might want to head towards this direction. If you're more into the research side, you might want to head in this direction because you get an extra robot and an extra tech center. I have this one on my bigger account and I like it. I am interested this time in going integrity, but I'm still not sold. So you really have to read the description, see what perks you get, and to make the decision for yourself as far as where you want to head in gameplay. But those 4 have to be at 100. I know we have quite a few people getting into the 90s and seeing um, it show up where it tells you can pick a direction. So I just wanted to cover those. Those 4 kind of go hand in hand with each other. You want to raise them up pretty much evenly. Um, and then, so in the military center here, I want to just touch on the fact that this is where you see your troops, how many troops you can have. Here's your mercenaries that you get at the beginning of the day or the reset. This is where they go at the bottom, or if you've done special events. These things here, like reservist, that opens up for if you choose the supremacy path where you can create extra troops in reserve. I don't have that, so I cannot touch on that too much because I went harmony on my other account. Then things that you will always want to keep upgrading. So once you get past 100, these apartments become really important because upgrades, like right now, we have upgrades that depend on Defense Center as part of what you need to get to a certain level to continue. After 100, it's apartments. So I always try to run at least 1 upgrade a week, if not more. I try to get them pretty even. You can see here some of them aren't because I keep them open for the energy. Um, Banks, you're going to want to keep upgrading. That will give you more coins. Electricity, definitely keep upgrading. That helps with the tech. I'm going through my list on the side. And then you have your wood, or your stone, water, and wood. Those I would suggest always just try to keep upgrading at least once a week, if not more. I try to keep all my robots running constantly, and ones that take less resources during the week are the ones I try to upgrade the most. And then also your storage. I've slacked off on load module a little bit, but your load module is where you sorry, I was reading the chat. The load module helps you get more when you're gathering. So the higher you have the load module, you get those like when you go out into the thing, and it's so hard to find resources. So when you click on it and you hit gather, see how it says like 400%? That's what goes up with the load module. And that helps you gather as much as you can with your tank. I do move it around. I check, I have 2 tanks out right now, but I do check which tank has the highest number for what I'm trying to gather. And that way it helps me get the most for the time my tank's going to be in there. And then we'll go to, does anybody have questions on just those, because then I'm gonna break down some of the more complex buildings. Okay, I don't see any questions coming in, so I'm gonna go with military. Um, I set up my headquarters, not everybody's the same, but I try to put all my military stuff kinda in the same spot. So, here we have your defense center. Your defense center, to figure out what a building does and what, benefits it gives you, this eye here will tell you the durability, how much CP, but then you can also click on this other eye. This eye will tell you what benefits you get at what level. So if you're trying to reach higher durability and higher CP, it's going to tell you here how much it boosts it. And some levels are better than others. Like let me see here. This one between 111 and 112, you get a bigger bump than you get like between 112 and 113. I don't check it so much because if I'm going for 113, I have to roll through 111 and 112. But if you're interested to know why you didn't get so much of a CP bump as you thought you were going to get, that's where it'll tell you how much it's worth when you do it. Your alliance hall, I find important. I keep upgrading it. This skill is so this one's a big one because this is your help cap. So you when you go and click on a building and you're like you hit help and it sends it to the alliance and everybody's like help smash the help button. Alliance hall is how many helps you can get from the team. So I can get 32 being at a level 83. So the higher you go, you can get more helps. And you'll have a couple of levels in between. Like I'm close to getting 33 helps, but you can go the higher you, I think it looks like 35 is your max. So it helps to have that up to at least level 91 to get your maximum number of helps that you can get to help build. And the helps help bring the time down for building. Um, then we have Plaza. I don't raise up Plaza much, but Plaza it helps your rallied attacks. And I know some of you were helping last season when we were fighting against BLZ and we had to send rallies. This will increase your strength during your rally to attack. And it also, you have cap numbers. I think, no, it's always at 5. So, yeah, the cap's always at 5, but the percentage of the attack raises the higher you go with Plaza. The only thing with Plaza is it to upgrade it, you need these intercom things. And other than buying them with amethysts in the Golo shop, there's really no other way to get them. They might come around in certain events, but you can't just buy a pack of these things. So Plaza's pretty, I usually just let it go because it's pretty hard to upgrade unless you want to spend a ton of amethysts on it. Then we have Shiza says there's no use for the Plaza. So she's an older player than I am. So I'm going to go with what she says. I haven't found a use for it. So I don't see, other than if you have a quick, say you've gotten the intercoms and you need a quick boost for your like daily tasks, a building. Other than that, it's kind of useless.
Yeah, I mean, if
So
you can buy it with coins, it's fine. Don't spend amethyst on it.
yeah. Um the next one is your maintenance depot. Uh, um, Maintenance depot is very important. I highly suggest always working your maintenance depot. With maintenance depot, here you can see it says unit damaged. I can hold about 12,000 units damaged. If you go over that number, it is automatically KIA. That's how you lose troops. So when you're in Star Wars and you're fighting and you don't pay attention to, your troop numbers and you just keep sending your tanks out. I've done it. I mean, it's something I still do at the moment, but you have to watch how many troops you have in this. Otherwise, you will just kill off troops unintentionally. So I always recommend getting these as high as possible. Just keep going no matter what, because it'll just raise up how much you can have in there, and always watch it during any kind of Star Wars TVT. It's always important to go ahead and heal in between, like as your troops are going home and then having to send them back, heal them up while you're waiting for them to teleport back. What is, oh, flash rally attack and defense, yes. So let's see here. What else do I have? Oh, okay. One other thing, this isn't a building, but I learn new things every day, and I did not know for a long time how to check my KIA. I wanted to show everybody how to check on their KIA. So what you do is you'll go here to, this is your battle record. No, this isn't. This is a tile. Let me see if I can find one that, here's another. I was fighting somebody the other day. I know it. Okay, here's one. Nope, that's still not one. But anyway, you can go in here when in your report. This little blue dot with the or blue button with the 3 dots, this will tell you how many you have lost versus how many you've, like up top is how many you lost, at the bottom is how many they've lost. This will tell you how many somebody has killed. I haven't been able to find it, Flash. I'm only going off of how I know how to do uh find them. But the can somebody let Flash into talk so he can help, cuz he says there's a way to find it in maintenance depot.
Yeah, so go to the maintenance depot. I know what he's talking about.
Okay.
Um, and then left bottom, tab, like recent devs, tab to view. That's all
Yeah.
the troops that you lose, the right time, when you lost them, and how much. So you know
Oh
how
yeah.
many you lost, per se. Like if you are doing Star Wars, how many you lose because you, I don't know, attack someone's sub. Also, go.
I find the other one easier because it's in a straight line, where this
Yeah,
one
this one
kind
is
of,
pretty confusing, and you got to add up quicker.
yeah, that's why if you want to know, this one's good to see if, say, you want to know overall how many you've lost. You can see the numbers, you can see the dates and everything. The other one, if you want to know how many you've lost to one person, or like I go out and me and Loot will battle, and this will tell me how many like you've lost in a single battle. So like I lost a couple here, but I was attacking a headquarters. So it'll tell you just based on, like, say you want to one-on-one with somebody, this spot is a good spot to see how much somebody else kills.
Yeah, good reminder as
Mm.
well. As you see, Mel used the mercenary troops. I would say those are better to lose than your normal troops because they will disappear after a week of time. I'm not sure which day it is exactly, but they will disappear. So the 2,600 troops Mel has will go away eventually. So if you lose these, it doesn't matter much.
Just
Yeah.
gonna say your mercenaries normally go at the end of today's reset. So like the last up until the end of Buster Day.
I'll bust today? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, my mercenaries, I've been literally taking out of the ones from Digital Dive because I put them all in there. And so it's just been killing off my Digital Dive ones. Because I had like 9,000 of those. But yeah, it takes from the mercenaries. I mean, it has had healing in between, depending, I guess, on what I'm doing. But I still have plenty of mercenaries to kill during TVT today. Also in your reports is another thing. Troop buffs. I look at this often when because me and Loot will go out and we will one-on-one TVT. This helps me, and I do it with Flash also. We see where we're lacking against another person. So if you go into troop buffs, you'll see here these 4 categories. If you click on a category, it'll do a drop down and you can see where you're better and where you're worse. So I go off of those. I'm like, oh, the one time I came in here and saw Hero Council, and I was able to go into my Hero Council and give myself more attack buffs by just changing my Hero Council around. I'm trying to read at the same time, guys. Sorry. Yes. Hold on, let me just switch back real quick. Did somebody get Flash into
I think he has to
talking?
like raise his hand up, right?
Oh, you can go into his thing and invite him to speak. There you go. I
I mean, I'm
invited.
not an admin. Okay.
There he is.
I'm here.
Yeah, now you
Hey.
can speak. Now you don't have to type.
Okay. Is there anything anybody wanted to add to just this part? Any questions about how to find KIA, troop buffs, anything like that?
As far as
Uh,
finding, though, I did want to touch on what Shiza was talking about with the maintenance depots and upgrading them. Part of the necessity of upgrading them is if you can only hold a certain amount in your depot and you keep fighting without healing them, then the troops that come in once you're full are just automatically KIAs and you start losing troops like crazy.
Yes, I've done it. I've done it numerous times. I still do it. It is one of those things you really have to get in the habit of healing each time you attack, because otherwise you will just drain your troops like crazy. I
Yeah.
know it's hard to in a Star Wars, you get caught up in the moment, you're attacking, but you have to get in a habit of just when your troops are off the front line and they're just traveling back before you send them out, hit the heal button and get them healed up. Because one, it'll make your tanks when you're losing troops, it's going to go to your lower troops. It's going to take your highest troops first, and then it's going to start taking your lower troops, and you'll just watch your tank get weaker and weaker. So you're going to want to maintain always healing in between things. It's hard. I have problems with it, but if everybody tries to get in the habit of healing, you'll be a lot better off in battles. Do as I say, not as
Agreed.
I do. So, all right. So those are on the maintenance depots. I'm going to move on to garages. So, garages, again, do as I say, not as I do. My levels are awful. These will help you when you upgrade. You have 4 buttons here. You have uh the gear one, which everybody knows to get more um heroes on your tank. I think it maxes out at 200. Um
Yes.
Yeah, because I got it on my tanks on my other account, and I don't think I can upgrade them anymore. But
No, they
uh,
never go past 200 in any level.
yeah. So the gear will start off on your garage one until you get that at 5 heroes. Then it'll move to your garage 2 till that's at 5 heroes. Then it'll move to your garage 3 until you get that at 5 heroes. Once your garage 3 is at 5 heroes, the gear will move back to your garage 1 till you get to 200. With upgrading tanks, you also have your parts. Parts are huge to use on Interstellar Trade Day. They will boost your reverse points a lot. For gathering, you want to get to 80 for your quick build sub. So I got mine to like 82. I like to get right at the next level. So I try to do it that way because I have weird OCD. And then your combat parts, that your little effects are down here. This one gives you the stars, everybody's shooting stars. When you're at 320, you get more damage, right? Am I right on that? Because everybody's
No
always
fatality. 320 is
Yeah,
30%
320
more
increases
fatality.
KIA.
That's
There you go.
why
okay.
for TVTs, make sure they're under 320 so that both RAL and PFS and whoever we're TVTing don't lose more troops, so we can be more healthy for Star Wars.
Yes. I couldn't
And
remember
if you
because
click the
I'm
little hourglass there, Mel, on the tank, it
Yeah,
shows you and breaks down the what you
yeah,
get at each
our
level for the boost.
yeah. Press on the little
Or
tank where the level
magnifying
says,
glass,
like
I'm sorry.
bottom right.
oh, this guy. Okay.
Yeah, that says like every level and what you gain on that level. On 180, you also need to click this to equip the effect. Otherwise, you don't have the effect going.
Oh, yes, yes, on the little
Exactly.
Dragon
star
tail.
farts. Yes, I couldn't think of
Yeah,
it.
the star
Star fart.
farts.
Yeah.
The one you should be investing in, Vizy, is the armor one for the more troops. The one you have on 71.
Yeah, the
This one?
carbon armor.
Yeah, that one.
Mhm.
Carbon steel armor. The troop capacity you get on level 71 makes your tank way stronger, which gives you more survivability, and it's the best one to get by far.
Mhm.
Also, structured damage bonus on Star Wars is amazing. Does more damage on buildings, so you destroy them faster.
I got that one to 71 because I asked Flash, and Flash told me to get that one to 71, so,
Yeah,
um
no, it's an amazing one to get.
Yeah, the
so,
extra 350 troops is huge.
yeah. Um, Another thing for people who want to spend, a little bit of money or a lot of money, it depends. Oh, I don't think I can show you. But, up here where it says "Get More," if you're under Gather, you can see there'll be a "Get More" on, like, your, 3rd tank, or whichever one doesn't have gathering components. It is fairly cheap to get a 3rd set of gathering armor, and with that, you can get 3 insta subs. I highly recommend 3. Um, it's well, I roll through insta subs. So if you're willing to spend a little bit, it's worth it to get 3. The combat, you can go into, I don't have it on my 3rd one, but if you hit get more, I did buy the 2nd one, so sometime, yeah,
Yeah,
you
there
can
it
get a
is.
3rd set of destroyer parts, but as you can see, it is quite a bit more than, I can't show you the gathering, but for me comparison, it's $5, where the destroyer is $50. So I would rather have more insta subs than a 3rd set of destroyer. Um,
Flash, I think
Also,
55 gives you. Wait, let me see. I have my game open. I just seen a question. Sorry.
is it on a level up thing?
Yeah, for
Troop
the factory.
parts.
Uh,
Material factory.
20. Yeah. You don't have the plastic on 20 yet. I feel like when you get 55, plastic is the best one to get because you get 20 plastic per thing. And otherwise, I think
Oh
it's
yeah.
just alloy.
Yeah, I don't have mine even to 55.
Yeah, I think
Um,
55 because 20 plastic gives more than one steel.
She's only at 52 though.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not. If
so I
70
think
says
it's
3
steel.
steel.
I think it's steel, and then when you get to 70, you go back to steel again.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think that's the best one, and maybe the graphite one is better at 65. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, we were talking with Lute about that the other day, and he broke down the best efficiency with the water levels and the scoring, and he said once you can get graphite at the 10 times producing, it's the best one to do.
Wait, let me
Yeah.
check real quick.
So,
So one,
to chime in, if you can hear me.
yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
Yes.
So from 65 to 70, making graphite is the best for output in terms of experience and versus points. Once you reach level 71 and you can make 3 titanium per, then it is more efficient as you grow to do titanium from that point forward, because the reduction in time will allow you to make more titanium, which allows you to get more points and experience. Because the 10 graphite and the 3 titanium are equal in terms of points and experience. It just comes down to how fast you can make them after 71.
Mhm. And
Okay, and
Vizzy, I just want to answer Vizy's question real quick. The different materials, so you'll get a further jump in upgrades for alloy than you would plastic, but that's what they're talking about is if you can make more graphite for the same price to make alloy, you'll have more graphite, but you'll get the same jump as you would for one alloy for probably a better
no.
price.
He's talked about like when you have plastic, it gives more experience points when you're upgrading your gathering part, like Flash said, than it would give you when you're using plastic on a combat part.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's
Okay.
what was. So I feel like before 65, and when you could get 20 plastic is worth it more. You might get less points in VS, but you'll upgrade your tank faster. Um, Under 55, I would say go for titanium because it gives the most XP for VS. And 65 to 70, go for graphite and then go back to titanium.
And then it's
Did that
also going to
answer?
depend on what you're going after. If you're going after combat parts, I would definitely go alloy. If you're parts, then if you've got 20x plastic, that's the way to go because the plastic works way better on the gathering parts and you can produce it faster.
Did that
Yeah.
answer your question, Vizy?
One plastic gives 10
Okay.
10 points on a gathering tank. But it only gives 5 points. Oh no, 2 points even on a combat part.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It's a big
it
difference with that
increases
stuff.
by 5 times.
These guys know more about materials than I do, so I'm letting them take the lead
That's
here.
crazy because I'm new to this game.
My first time around, I didn't get this kind of help and I was just free for all. So, with parts, they did not, my original team didn't help us. So, um, I get to learn with you guys on some things. But one other thing I noticed, I don't know if I'm correct, but the higher you gather or you upgrade your garage to, it also does it change the number of
No,
how
it
many
doesn't change.
people?
No, that goes with the level until you're like level, I think 60 or some shit, or like 50. And then it depends on your heroes, how high their level.
Heroes and job.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think some tech parts as well, but I'm not 100% certain on that.
Okay.
On
I
my
can't remember for sure
account,
about the tech, but I know the heroes play a
Yeah,
part in
yeah.
that too.
It's Dwayne. Dwayne plays the biggest part in how many troops he can train.
Yes.
The most
Oh,
I've seen 88 at one time on my main account.
I know I
I
can do
have KG.
122.
I have KG's account right now. He can do. Where are his troops?
I can do 90.
122 can KG can do. So he has Dwayne on Colonel, so that gives him 22 more troops
That
to
explains.
train. It's the level 51 that way, yeah.
Yeah. I have not upgraded him past
No, but
70.
you still get like 20 extra troops from him.
Yeah.
So that's a big bonus. So make sure Dwayne, if you want more troops to train, make sure Dwayne is level 50 at least. Gives you a training boost as well at level 10.
Oh, do you want
I
to go back
think.
and get the
Oh no, it
10?
gives mercenaries. My bad.
Bob also does. Bob, if you've got him, I've got him all the way at general, and you can
Yeah,
extend
yeah,
training
true.
by 10.
Not that
This
one. The what's it called? The blue
No,
one.
the blue one. Yeah,
blue bulb?
Yeah, blue ball.
yeah.
The last one.
Yeah.
So there's some like heroes that use it, and I think there's some easy tech parts that also do it.
And
I
then also
tried
your
to.
job.
Yeah.
If you're a
Well,
raider, I think it's raiders can train. I think it's 30 more troops
Uh,
per.
let me see. Yeah,
I
30 more
think so.
troops at Raider 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always try for these heroes to get them to 30. These heroes are also 30. These ones would be 50 to get this last bit. And then these I just keep going as high as I can at all times. But
yeah,
when we start out at the beginning of the season, it's fairly cheap to get to 50, so I get everybody to 50 first, and then I concentrate on these orange ones. That's just my strategy. Um, but this is a
Yeah.
building
And
session.
then
We
at
can do
no, that's
another
an
one on
important
heroes.
step.
and then the other part at the end of the season, make sure they all get like level to like 50 or some shit, so you get or whatever level you can hit, so you
Yeah.
get more season points, so you can buy more stuff from the seasonal shop.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right. Does increasing XP rank on blue and green improve gathering?
As far as
yes,
I know, yes,
no.
it kind of does. Like not a lot, but it kind of does.
Some
I'm
of them
not.
It-
have gathering boosts once you get to like level 30, I think it is.
yeah.
Beyond that, I think it's all done in that and then the research and troop parts. It gives you more troops they can carry, but I don't know if that actually increases the speed or not.
It doesn't increase the speed, but I do think it increases the amount of stuff you can carry.
The
Oh
load
yeah, that's
module
probably right.
goes for that too. So when you're
Yes.
gathering, load module is huge. That
Yeah.
one will increase how much you can hold.
Yeah, I
But
think the
you
load
also want to make
module is.
sure, yeah, you want to make sure your warehouse goes hand in hand because the more you can hold, the more room you need. So,
Yeah, and the other,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've touched the tech speed building and the training speed building.
I haven't touched on those yet.
Okay.
Just, I haven't
Talking about
gone to
bookstore
tech
and
yet.
Martian camp.
Yes, those
Yeah, I
two.
haven't. They're
Okay.
at the bottom of my list to go through. We're about halfway done my list of things.
Were you done with the garages?
Yes, we can move on. The last
Okay.
one in
1
the
second.
military.
With the gears, I didn't hear you say it. I don't know if I missed it, but every 10 levels that you gear up, it adds troop load to your tank.
Yeah, by 10.
Yeah.
I
So
think,
like
yeah,
from
by 10.
170 to 180 adds 10 troops. From 180 to 190 adds 10 troops.
You
Okay. Yeah.
can select gatherers, Vizzy, but the gatherers they select at the start are most likely the best, unless you count in gold troops. They have more troop capacity, of course, so they can maybe gather more for you. But it is a risk that you take if you need the gold troops. But most likely they pick the best ones out of the gold. I mean the purple, blue, and green heroes.
And I think it also depends on like what you're going for. So like with coins, if I hit gather, it's picking the best people for gathering coins. But if I were to go for if I can find something open, it's all coins. The wood, it might pick something different. It looks like it's about the same, but it's gonna
It
auto
shows
pick,
you
I
your
guess.
gathering speed boost there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one to the
You could
right, like
always
the
play
far
with
right
it.
one, that shows
Yeah.
the boost you get.
But you
So
also
you
have
could
to
always
remember
pull different gatherers in and out and see if your boost changes. And then you could
uh,
write down your best setup for what you want to gather.
yeah, I also don't upgrade my gathering parts. I throw all my parts towards destruction. So once I get to 80, I kind of just leave my gathering parts alone because I'm a horrible gatherer. So I just
Yeah, I mean, what are the effects you even get from higher gathering bonuses?
we
Yeah,
can
they're
look.
pretty good actually if you go look. At a certain point, it boosts your overall gathering speeds and other things like that.
Yeah,
And
Increase.
okay.
one of the gathering parts
Yeah,
tracks once you
like
get to 71, it
on the
improves your
right, like
marching
I mean, like
speed and the magnifying glass.
the
Oh,
magnifying glass
sorry.
bottom right, that one. Yeah.
Like
So
that, once you get to
120 you can get.
120, you start getting amethyst for gathering, and at a
Yeah,
certain
I
point,
have.
one of them you get EXP.
Oh my God, she got lucky. ABC.
I tell you, I have the worst luck in the world. I
Let me just.
was gonna say congrats, but I don't.
All
I
right, let's
just
go
put
to
that
the
in there.
next topic, I guess.
Yeah. So the next one I have is um the troops. You have your three troops, planes, infantry, and tanks. For this one, I go with your best heroes. So when I start my game and I'm picking which one, I always tend to pick Mafia because I get Mafia heroes first, and then somehow along the way, they're not my strongest troops, but I stick with it because that's just how I am. But if I were to pick based on my heroes, I would probably have got well on this account. I think Mafia is actually my better set of heroes, but my other one is Federal, so that's how you want to pick them. Level 90. So when you look at the levels and people are talking about T1s, T2s, T7s, if you're at T7, you're at level 60, gets you T7. So the you're always a level higher than what your tank is a level higher than what the first number is on your level. So I have T10s and I'm at 90. You want to kind of throw most of your sapphire to 1 because to upgrade all 3 at the same time, it would take you forever to get them to T10s. I do have this one a little higher at T6s just because I also have a lot of federals, and then my plain is kind of worthless. I will only throw into these personally if I need verse boosts and I have a little bit, like I don't have enough to upgrade my tanks, but I have just enough to upgrade planes to give me those extra verse boosts. And then, like they were saying, your tech depends on how much, or your amount depends on your heroes and some tech. I don't, I'm trying to think where I want to go with this. Sorry, guys. There's a chart I can post that tells you, I believe it is Mafia beats Fanatics, Fanatics beats Federal, Federal beats Mafia. So
That's true.
when,
Correct.
Yeah.
yes.
That's correct. Yeah.
If you want to, an easy way to remember, this is how I remember that, that order is I think of Hero Battlefield. I have it memorized. I go purple, orange, blue. So when I am attacking, I think of that order that I do my Hero Battlefield in. And I know that purple will be orange, orange will be blue, and then blue will be purple. So that's how I remember. And that is something you want to use in like arena. So if you go into arena and you hit challenge, well, it's not going to show me right there because it's a new thing. But if you go into arena and you want to challenge this person, I don't think am big enough to challenge them, but they have purple, so I would want to, you can go in when you attack and change your heroes to pick like all blue, and then they have uh blue, so I usually pair it with 2 orange. That's how I do it. And sometimes I win, sometimes I don't. I won. So you can change it around per fight. This one here is just defense. And that is what, when somebody attacks you, is what they're going to see and they're going to defend. So you're going to want your best heroes forward. It actually keeps changing mine. I don't know why, because I have changed it now 3 times, but it keeps changing it. So
When it resets, it usually picks what it considers your 5 best heroes.
oh, okay. So that is where that helps out to know that little graph. I can put the graph in general chat if it helps, because I have, until I had that order memorized, I kept pulling it up and I'm like, wait, which beats what? But that's the trick I use to tell which ones to beat.
That's also, as far as the arena, what you were talking about with switching heroes, that's only going to work if you have really good heroes to switch out. If you've got
Yeah.
5 federal guards that are all at 80 and you want the faction boost, but your other options are only at a level 60 and they don't have as high of a rank, then there's no point in switching it. You're going to get that faction boost, but you're going to lose a ton of combat power switching it out. So it really kind of just depends on what heroes you have.
Yeah, and I will back out when I play around with my heroes. If I don't think I have a good shot, I will back out of arena and just pick somebody else. Cause I mean, I lose enough when people attack me. But you can also go into history details and you can get a troop buff. So I did that when me and Flash used to compete in arena. I would go in and just see where I needed to do a little extra work for myself. And then I would go back and beat him once I've changed things around. So,
AKA cheated.
well, I can't beat you now on our other account, but I still beat you. So, that is what I have for Military Garage Defense Center Alliance. Yeah. So that's what I have. Tech centers, I'm only going to touch it briefly because Loot said he would do a learn call on tech centers, but the tech centers you want to keep upgrading constantly. 70 will open your badges down here. But we were talking about this a little bit yesterday with badges. You need certain levels of tech centers to continue with certain training. We're gonna do a call with Loot more on what tech is better. This is just a buildings call. Then we have the radar. So the radar, uh, I upgrade it because it's one of those things you don't have to. It it does help with scouting speed. So if you are a scouter, it'll make your little scout thing move faster. I just keep upgrading it because it's fairly easy to upgrade. I think I am past the levels for so that the 0 out of 30, you will get I think it's you get like 30 tasks and they show up in threes. So when you like hit it, another one pops up. It'll count down from that 30. She's just talking, so I'm gonna give her a second. She's probably got more information on this than I do.
Well, and the 30 also means that you can have, like with troop building day, you score radar task points on that day of versus, and you can not do any of your radar tasks and let them build up so you'll have all 30 available to
Yes.
do on that one day.
I
Yeah, I
don't
think
do
it's
any
like in the
radar.
bottom left, like the radar scores, right? Like
This?
how fast? Yeah. That's how fast one task will be added. The left
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
So every 35 minutes for Mel, because she's on intensity 8, will be a next like task added. There's 5 tasks that appear on the screen at once, and the rest get built up in the 0 out of 30. I think that's really what happens, right? I don't know if there's more.
I will for verse points, I won't do my tasks on hero day. If I do my tasks, I will do them right at reset and then I will let them build up the rest of the day so that on military drill day, my tasks are full and I can get the most points in verse for tasks.
And another
But
good trick also is to save them up for gathering day in hopes to get the little auto gathering options on your
yeah,
radar.
yes, I
Yeah,
definitely
when do you
look for
get that?
those. I
What's that?
usually think I get a 2, I usually get 2 when I go in, and if I wait a couple hours, I'll get, like, 1 more. I don't think you get that many in a day of
I
the
don't know.
gather.
There
I don't
was
know.
there was a guy on
Works.
my OG account that did something to where he had like every one of his radar tasks that was open that you could do on the spot were all gathering ones. But I think
Huh.
he was going in and using amethyst to recycle the ones that weren't set up that way.
And, there also is another trick with radar, I don't know how many people know it. So I have the claim all, but if you don't have claim all, you have little chip ones that look like chips and then that look like gems. If you hit a gem one, it will refresh it with another gem one. If you hit a chip one, it'll refresh it with a chip. So if you don't do the collect all, you can literally go in and just keep hitting the chip ones. And if you need chips, that's a good way to get chips, is just keep hitting the chip ones and leave the one gem one alone until the very end. Or if you really need gems, just keep hitting it and letting it refresh with a gem to go through, and you'll get more gems instead of like an equal chip to gem ratio. Because I don't think I can show that on my other account because I think I did those before I came over. So
And I think the claim all is VIP 9, if I remember right.
Yes. Yeah.
And also, if you upgrade your radar, I think as you open it, it gives you 5 tasks. So, like, you have 0 right now. If you upgraded your radar right now, it would give you 5 out of 30 instead of 0.
Yes, correct. Every radar upgrade, you get
Yeah.
5 more.
Yes. And some of the when you go into the job things, I think some of those give you some extra radar
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
right there.
yeah.
So some job
Oh, yeah.
levels will give you extra.
And how
So
do you upgrade your level faster, Mel?
which one?
Bounty board?
On my job?
Yeah, like your level, like your
Your settler
level
level, you
79.
mean?
Yeah.
I do that through Bounty Guild, and I also buy a lot of stuff that has them. So I'm
Well,
the
it depends on what job you have, too. Like, as a farmer, the more you produce corn and potatoes and stuff, you get points for doing it there. I think as a raider,
yeah.
you get points towards it for killing pirates
Yeah.
and sandworms.
Correct.
And
You
And
get them with
every
these things too, the little egg thing. See, there goes
true.
one.
And
yeah,
for every single job, one that still helps is the bounty board.
yes.
So if you are low level in that, a bounty board is a great way to get.
Yeah.
I think it's also you also gain
Yeah.
medals. And medals are important too to upgrade and get better.
If your job
No,
is
not necessarily.
yeah, if your job is maxed, I don't mine's maxed on my other account and I don't do the bounty anymore because all my blue heroes are also and I really hate the bounty. What job do you have, Vizy? Because if you have farmer, okay, farmer, if you go up to your little job thing, when you reach 100, this is very useful. You maybe it's in job level. You will
Yeah, you
get
One
get
more.
36
One
hour
more.
healing or 50% automatic healing for 10.
yeah, it's not showing because I'm not there yet, but you
No,
get
you can scroll to it.
wasn't I there?
No, you need to scroll one more. No, go to job
Job.
and then scroll. Yeah,
Oh,
there.
yep. I was at the wrong one. Yeah, so you get a 50%, it's 36-hour cooldown. Um, you can use that on TVT day, but you can't use it the next day for Star Wars because it's 36. So
Yeah,
if you're going
Yeah.
to
I'd
use it,
recommend using on Star Wars because on TVD day you get like 1,000% or 100% faster repair bonus boost.
yes.
I think it should be on your that little sword you have on right now.
Oh, this guy?
Oh, yeah.
Top left, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
repairs
200%.
200.
Also, in case
So
anybody doesn't know, I found out the hard way to use that 50% automatic heal, you have to do it before you click anything healing in your depots. So you
that's
have to
good
let it build
information.
up and build up, then use it, and then it'll heal half of them automatically, and then you can go hit the heal button and start healing the rest in your actual depots.
Yes. Listen to Flash. I never use mine and I have it on my big account because I don't have the patience to wait for it to build up, so I just hit heal right away. So, but if you
Yeah,
have the patience to let it build up before you use it, then it works out great.
yes.
But,
It was a
um,
great tool.
the next thing I had was Factory Depot, but I think we kind of hit on that already. Another thing, so there's nothing in this section other than consoles. These, every time you upgrade, it does take down your time for building. I tend to stop because the amount of time it subtracts doesn't help me too much and I hit speed ups. But for right now, I don't do it because I would rather not use the citrine when I need to get one of my core 4 up. I have started upgrading those a little bit more
Yes, that's true.
Once I
Shiza.
pass 100. Here counts of you.
Yeah, hero council. If you upgrade it, you get more attack on your heroes and more defense on your heroes. Plus, it unlocks more areas to like what is it?
You get
More
faction boost
percentage.
and
Yeah,
counterattack.
faction boost. That's it.
So I do have that on the list to go through in more detail. Expedition camp. Expedition camp. This one right here. If you get it to 51, you'll see I did that mine detection. You get 2 of those a day, and I think it starts at 200 extra boxes, and then it
Yes.
goes up 10 for every level you go up. So that's
Yep.
a good one to get to 51. It'll just kind of give you a boost in gem boxes, which I'm always looking to boost those. Then we have the Bounty Guild. I just went in order of what my headquarters is in. So this is where you can um, claim it and get these little experience points, and you can get badges for some of your heroes, and it also levels up some heroes. I do know that when you level up, if you pick, like on this one, if I pick it, it says it's currently at cap. You can hit ignore and still put them on there, because once you break over that cap, it'll
It adds
like
on.
mine jumps up like 2 levels because I keep using them. So it won't say it until you reach the cap, but you will still get the points for it after you have reached that cap breakthrough. And then we have Hero Council. So Hero Council, this little fire up thing is where once you reach general for your orange heroes, it becomes you get a soul for your heroes. So right now all your heroes are dead inside. But I can show you, hold on, let me just switch over because I did get one of mine to that. So let me show you what it looks like once you switch over.
Yeah, I can't
Um
help with that. I don't have general for any oranges anywhere.
yeah, Hero Council. So I have it just for Phoebe. So when you switch in, once you get your soul for your hero, you can pick if you want an attack, a troop size, or defense. They will cost you an orange medal to do it. So once
Free,
you
right?
uh no, that is how many I've put into it.
Oh
So
no, yeah, no. I'm on KG. Maybe it's because it's higher. It like increases.
it might, I just got mine like the other day so that I could show what it looks like, but I've only put 3 in. They've all been 1 medal
Okay.
each. So I put 3 medals into my troop size, and each time you can see down here, I don't know, it'll
Yeah,
increase by that number.
the
Click the
plus
little
6
info
is
button up
what
top,
you
Mel.
got from the Soul Awakening.
It does increase, and it increases quite substantially, like every level 10, just like your buildings.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
I got my current hero up to it, and it was like going quite well. Then all of a sudden, I'd wasted not wasted, spent 200 medals, and I was like, didn't see that coming. So it's just one thing to watch out for when you do get it.
Yeah. And now this account is on season 6, so that should help you know how long it takes for me to get sold. But I also waste metals like crazy on this account because nobody told me, and I have a ton of heroes. So I did not focus on certain heroes because this account was literally, I didn't have any. I just kind of went willy-nilly everywhere when I was doing this account, so it's a bad one to look at for size wise.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to pass it along. My first one was my first attempt. So, um, then, mm, then we have with Hero Council, you can go into heroes, and I went through this with Boone. He was having trouble. So I have seen an increase in attack or CP or boost just by changing my hero council around. So when you go in and you look at it, coin production rate, I don't want to put a big hero, like an orange hero that has high points into coin production. So when you first start, you tend to put like all your oranges, but some of these, like here, you have infantry training speed. That'll increase how fast your infantry train. This is where I'll put like an orange hero, one or a high level. I'll look for the highest
I mean, the
level.
Like
best
your
one here
Drake.
is Drake, yeah.
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 Because
So
he gets both boosts, so that gives a
yeah.
10 stat bonus,
Yep.
which is better.
Yeah, so I don't use infantry that much, so I'm just gonna throw him in there.
Yeah,
But
that's max, so it's fine.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's only
so
a
that
few
is
of them that have a boost over max. It's pretty much from, I think, Phoebe to the right.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think you need to change Phoebe and what's his name? Uh,
this
Einstein. Yeah, I think Einstein is better there because he gets both boosts.
Yeah, he probably has a better.
So he gets the same amount, or he gets one of the boosts.
No, it's supposed to be an orange, so it'll be the same.
yeah,
And he was getting a boost on the coin production part.
Yeah,
yeah,
does he get a boost on that?
the
No, because
coin,
it's calling
yeah,
for
Oh
an
yeah,
orange hero
yeah.
with the research that he does on
yeah.
that one for whatever reason.
It's one of those things you kinda have to play around with and see
Yeah,
where you can get
just go
your
by
map.
order, and if someone like gets better boosts in one, just pick it. See if there's a better option for the other one. Just go by ear.
I try to, when I'm doing these, is the ones that I really need for fighting, like this one, I'll go to these first, look for an orange with a cannon. If I don't have it, I go with the highest number. And I go into these often and try to change them around because I mean, as you get heroes and as things upgrade, things change. So I mean, I haven't looked at it in a while, but I'll probably go in now that I'm noticing it and change things around as they need to be to help maximize my hero council. I mean, I still have to upgrade a couple, but yeah, this one has like both orange and the little cannon, so that gives me a better boost. So,
Yeah, like Shisa says, some heroes give a good boost to things. Like Lee gives
Mhm.
gears, Cypher gives you energy, and Drake gives, like she says,
Energy
believe it
restoration.
is restoration.
Yeah, it
Uh,
increases the restoration speed.
yeah, so those are like great to like upgrade to the level that you should have it on.
Yeah.
Um, which gives you more perks. I know that Lee at level 50 or 10 or 30 also gives you a decrease in the amount of gears you need to use, which is
Yes,
amazing as well.
Yeah.
that's
Um,
actually better than the free gears.
exactly. The seasonal heroes don't have that like upgrade for like buildings or anything like that. They are more focused on the damage bar.
Yeah,
But I know that Mortius gives Mortiari gives research speed. Phoebe gives
construction speed.
construction speed. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who else? Who else do we
Every
have?
season one hero gives something like that, I think, except, well, no, I
Uh,
guess Dwayne does too.
Sukuno doesn't give it. Hercule and Phoenix. Those three don't give anything. They are like
There
the
you go.
seasonal heroes.
Yeah.
Oh, but in here, you just kind of want to play around and see what works best based on the heroes you have. Faction talents, you will only open faction talents when you get 1 orange hero to 5 stars, and then it'll open the faction talents. And then you can upgrade, like if I were to get an extra Lee medal, or a poster, since he's at 5 stars, I can hit upgrade and it'll raise up these numbers. So like I get Cypher all the time and Phoebe all the time, so those are much higher than my other ones.
And
Um,
that only works per faction too. So if you get Phoebe to 5 star, it's not going to open your fanatics on that
right,
faction talent list.
it only works for whichever faction the 5-star opens. Um, Enhancement level was something I just seen, so I don't know much on it because I had never seen it before. But I threw this is where I put like my posters that aren't part of these faction talents. I had let me see. I think I
It's
had
for the
a
purchased
Dwayne.
heroes.
What?
I think it's for the purchased heroes like Bob and Corleone and stuff like that.
Yeah, it might be. I had one that I got that I didn't have in the faction talents, and I just threw it in here, and that's why it says on, I think it was this one, it says 50. That was just one poster, so it didn't really raise it up at all. So we'll have to see once I get more posters. But that is for Hero Council. Does anybody have any questions on those in this line right here? This is the police
If you go
station movie.
to if you go to Hero Cancel and hit the info button, and then hit the info button in the top left, it'll give you that breakdown for what you get at each level. Also, if you're looking for a
Yep.
specific bump.
All right, and then police station, we've discussed, none of us know what it does, and it's pretty useless, and it would take too much to upgrade. So unless you have found the little medals in Golo shop to upgrade it, don't waste amethysts on it. All right. Coming up here, bookstore. Bookstore is important. You want to get that up because that will increase your research speed during science day. This helps for tech. I try to bump this up every time I can. Um, Martian camp will increase your training speed for troops. I try to bump that up too because my training is ridiculously long. So those two are really important to keep bumping up. This one is decoration. Decoration is important so don't mind all my other things, but down here you'll get like these guys. These will help like with free instant training. So if you go in and click on it, you'll see what the decoration does. Now it says max effective amount. So when I was putting out decorations, I did not learn this till recently, but I was putting all my decorations out. My OCD is going crazy. There's so much going on in my headquarters. You only need to put out your highest one because only one of them is effective for purple. Now, for blue, you get 3. So you only have to put 3 of them out to get the max out of your decoration. And then, the green ones, you get a max of 5. So if you're like me and you don't like all that clutter, you might want to just check which one it is and just put out your 5 highest green ones and then leave the rest kind of sit in your decoration thing. Upgrading just makes it a little faster. That's a 4. So I get 4% gathering versus 1%. But I can put all 4 of those out and get a little bit higher of a boost. There is a spin to win if you are looking to spend money, each of these orange ones gives you a good boost. I recommend these guys because they will give you I think it's 5% to start out. But as you level up, it'll give you a bigger boost for defense, and I have this one, it's attack. So they give you bigger boost for defense and attack. This one allows your unit cap goes up so you can train more people to have for fighting. So those are something if you want to do the spin to win. I clicked on stuff because I thought it looked pretty, like this one, and I don't use aircraft, so it's useless, but girl math, it's pretty. I wanted it. So that's why I have a lot of these. These guys I try to what is the one? I do tanks, so these umbrella ones are free tank training. I have oh, was somebody talking? Or is it just me?
Maybe I was typing, my bad.
Oh, okay. So I look for ones that help with what I do. I do tanks. So this one is one when you see the little upgrade button or you get little decoration puzzle pieces. I usually try for upgrading the ones that help my specific headquarters, like I do tanks, so I would want free training. And I have gotten several of the free training, so you do get them. So, but your index will also tell you what is available, what you have, what you don't have, type of thing, and you can click on it and get more information on it. So, that is decorations. I upgrade my grocery just because I like the CP going up. I think I have the max amount of little things that you can get. But I just upgrade everything. I try to upgrade everything. I also upgrade Golo too. Golo, I just wanted to touch on real quick, just in case anybody doesn't know. In Golo, you have these tabs. So you get your free ones. I buy anything with coins, and then I always hit the free one at the top. And I will collect all the ones that cost coins. I don't care what it is, I buy it. And then I also look for you can get discounted recruitment tickets. I always look for over Einstein, it says 60% off. I will look for ones that have those 60%. Sometimes they'll pop up where they're 400 amethysts, but you have them all the time in items. So I don't necessarily buy them in the time shop. Your VIP, based on your VIP, I go through here and I will pick up anything I can that will help me. And then before the end of the week, I will go back and look and make sure I've picked up everything I wanted. Usually I always try to like pick up any speed ups. Speed ups are key. I try to buy up the speed up one if you can. Items are always there. They're always going to be there. You can get a peace shield in here. But it costs the same as if you were to click on your headquarters and hit shield. It costs the same in here as it does through that other way. Adventure, this also has free tickets in it. Make sure you hit this one. This is from doing your Canyon Adventure. You get your points from Canyon Adventure in there. And wrong one. That is where you spend those points is in your adventure tab. And I always pick up crystal choice boxes and the top 3. Sometimes, like if I'm having trouble leveling up heroes because I don't have enough, I'll pick up the hero recruitment cards. But not often. And I never pick up air supply because I personally think they're too expensive for what they are. And then you have your merit shop, and this is where you can pick up, and I always pick up the titanium and recruitment tickets first. I will pick up the hero commemorative medals because that will increase your like as that increases, you get a chance to buy a hero. I'll show you that in a minute. But I always try to pick up those 3 or training speed ups or repair speed ups. I don't need those right now, so I just kind of let it keep building as I go along. And then
Non-spenders should probably focus on the gold medals there, by the way,
oh, hold on, I keep clicking
in
in
the
the
merit
wrong one.
shop.
Yes.
That was for
The
me when I
commemorative
wasn't able
medal.
to spend money at all. That was very big for me, was buying the gold medals there. Orange medals, excuse me.
Yes. Yeah, I have to get to gold 1 though, so
Yeah.
to buy those, but yes, I usually until I open those 2 up, I don't use the surprise attacks. I think some people do. I'm more of like a throw my tank out there as cannon fodder, distract them type of person. So I don't, plan an attack. So that might be somebody who's more into the fighting question. Your airdrop supplies are a little cheaper here, but since it's harder to get merit, I don't waste merit points on those.
Yeah, don't do that.
So, the last one in this row is your market, and I think everybody knows about the market. I personally have been told not to do anything under like 500 coins, but when I first started, read it wrong. So I don't do anything under 500 experience. So I always am insured to get a lot of coins from that. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to touch on, uh, your trade center on break day. I call it break day. I don't know what anybody else calls it, but the day after Buster Day ends and you have that free space day before the next verse, do not send your trade
Only if you're
space there.
level 4 or higher, VIP. You need to be
Oh,
level
is it?
VIP 4 to have the controllable time to like do it the next day.
Yeah, otherwise it just goes away.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you need
really?
to make sure that you're
Which
level VIP 4 first.
by
Because
season 4 or whatever that we're in, you should be in VIP 4 by now. But yeah, that's
No,
important to
yeah,
know.
totally.
yeah. But I didn't I didn't know that. That was something that I learned later in the season that you could even do that. And I had already been spending by then. So it's just something to give you extra boost in your verse points for gathering day. I try to put it out there, but by the time I remember, it's already like an hour or 2 past reset, and that's one of the first things I do at reset. So,
And this also is variable by the job too. So if your job as a merchant, you get 2 every day, but you can only save 1 of those 2.
oh, okay. I don't know what my other one is. I have a teeny tiny account that isn't even level 3. So I'm not sure what job they are. In your hero monument, this is where you get your crystals. I haven't collected mine yet, but you can also go in here and you can see these are your in your museum. A lot of people should have the reindeer from Christmas, but that gives you a 10% research speed and troop defense. And then some people have like depending on I don't know what event we got this one for, but I have the arcane pyramid. I think it was from season 1. Whoever gets the Astriel in season 1 first, I don't know. I don't know where it came from,
Yeah,
but
it was from Expedition Camp where we had that little event where you have to take the construction guy around and do all those events.
oh, okay, yeah. I miss that guy. I got
Yeah.
so many gems.
Yeah, that and the
So,
bridges.
yeah, I still have bridges on Baby Mal, so I mean, just saying, I still do bridges.
You suck.
So, is there any questions on any of any of the buildings. I know this was a long one, guys. There's a lot of buildings. Vizy has questions. I honestly, once I got to 94 on my big account, I stopped upgrading Defense Center. But I am lazy and it takes forever. But you do get, I was looking at it, your durability as you upgrade it does go up by like 1,000 points. So I
Yes.
think that helps in like sieges and
I
what
mean,
is it called?
don't you need to
Expedition
like
duel.
upgrade it when your HQ is over 100 as well to like upgrade your HQ again?
I am at 131 and I haven't seen where you need it to move along. So I haven't done it.
I don't
But if you
think it
want,
reminds you again for a long, long time. So it's not a
yeah,
necessity, but for the purpose of the game and keeping your HQ to a point where everybody and their mom can't raid you, it's important.
yeah. So your durability goes up, but it is not a necessity like when you try to upgrade. Like I can't upgrade I can't even show you what an upgrade looks like because I'm sitting at 100. But you know how it said you can't upgrade unless your HQ's at like 88, or I mean your defense center's at 88 or whatever. I haven't seen one yet. Um, and I'm a level 131. But it does come in handy, like if it's something to upgrade to help for sieges at expedition, a duel and alliance duel that happens during Star Wars, but I don't think we have alliance duel after season 4. So,
No, because Star Wars
but
goes away. But when you get into season 5, you have things like Enclave Brawl that you have to worry about. So it's important to keep your defense center up.
Yeah,
So,
we had
and
an enclave brawl
the
in
true parts that
5.
you also get that you could put on your like HQ.
Hmm.
I think
Guardian gear.
the top one or like the top right one gives you more durability as well.
Yeah, I
Or
think
any
there's two
other?
of them that do durability.
Yeah, those upgrades are also good to have. Just a just a part, Mel.
And I've
Oh, the
recently
part.
been
Sorry.
told by somebody in one of my OG accounts that you need to get all those to 46, or at least to the point where if you click that magnifying glass again, there's an option in there where it says it breathes fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
120.
Yeah. So it's important to get to at least that level because it helps with your defense immensely when they're attacking you.
Yeah, I have that one. The breathe fire one. I got them all
just
to 26.
can I just
Um,
when you get to season 5 and you do have that Olympus and you have the Enclave Brawl, you do get an
Yes.
awful lot more raiding because you're going to have 4 planets on one map, as well as another
I
planet jump on your Olympus just to pure raid, and it that defense center does help, and you'll be reinforcing all your players that haven't shielded because presently a lot of people, and we're all guilty of it, like Alliance Tech Coin, people buy boosters. You'll soon be wanting like 20 shields.
Yes.
Yeah, I have 6. I just put one on because Enclave started tonight. I don't remember Enclave in season 5, but it is in 6. I
I don't
didn't.
remember if it's in 5, but there is some kind of event that's somewhat similar where people can come in and raid you like that. And there's still, of course, the same options during TVT where, especially once you're in Enclave, if another planet is able to get there, they can get to you just because you guys are on the same side of the map.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or you could be on the
Flash.
opposite sides like me and Flash because he keeps switching teams and, have little scouts come all the way across the map at you.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah,
you're welcome.
I'm watching you. Um, so as far as defense center, yes, I would keep upgrading it, but it doesn't become a requirement, like a big part of the requirements for upgrading your headquarters. What becomes a big part, I've heard, is the apartments, because
Yes.
to upgrade, I haven't run into it because I have on my big account apartments are higher. I kept upgrading them continuously because they were easy. And so mine are super high and I haven't run into the issue like some people have.
I
Um,
have.
yeah, I went into over 100 with all my apartments were close to 75 and they're now in the 85s. And so I still haven't run into um, issues with the requirement for apartments.
So what Baby Yaga told me to do is pick 3 apartments and get those 3 upgraded to 100. Get the rest of them to like 65 or 70, and then pick 3 and upgrade those. Because just like every other building, once you get to 100, the requirements reset basically, and it's easy to keep upgrading those. Because on both of my OG planets, I upgrade my HQ once, and then I have to upgrade like 8 apartments before I can do another HQ bump.
Oh, okay.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have all of these over 70 to probably close to 75. We have what, 60 days, that's about 6 or 7 weeks to before we go in. If you upgrade all of them at least once a week, twice a week, depending on where you're at, you should be in good shape. If you can get them to at least like 70 or over by the time the season ends, um, you should be good. Um, what else? What other I know you had a lot, upgrade and increase amount of
No, they do
energy.
not, Vising.
Mm-mm. Upgrading them just gives you more people, more,
Yes, population,
population.
which literally does nothing. It's just a requirement for your HQ building.
Yeah. Yes, it is required after you hit 100, to have those up high. I think Chad's sending pictures of what his requirements are.
Oof.
For, yeah. I mean, this time, like where I'm sitting at 100 and between these guys not being upgraded, I racked up so many chips. I have like 200,000 chips just racked up because once you hit 100, your core 4, the time it takes to upgrade them and the cost to take for the core 4 go down, but it doesn't necessarily go down for anything else. It just those 4 go down.
Just gonna
Yeah.
add on to that, because we talked about earlier about focusing on one type of troop. My planes are at level 150, and I looked at my tanks that was at level 83. Somewhat ironically, in terms of Sapphire, it's like the same cost, for one upgrade, but it does make such a difference when you reach level 100.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
immense. Yeah.
And
And you end
I
up
don't
getting a bunch of automatic upgrades on the towers and stuff too, where you don't even have to wait for it to upgrade.
that's where
exactly.
I'm at. All my towers are literally finished now, except for my headquarters.
Yeah.
Um, and but I slacked off a lot on that account, and so I have a ton of stuff over there
And on the
because I like.
downside, while your resources reset, your points also do too, so it makes it hard to get versus points again.
Yeah.
But just gonna ask, do you guys know that when you get your troops up to T10 and you upgrade it, because obviously you get T10 at level 90, but you skip from T10 to T12 because T11 is just literally one singular upgrade. So you do actually you can jump 2 troop levels.
I was just telling Mel about that the other day. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in this game.
It messes
When
up
she
your
was talking
look.
about like 90 being T10s and 100 being whatever we were talking about, I almost brought this up and I thought, well, there's not that many people at 100, so I'm going to leave it alone, but I'm glad you brought it up. It pissed me off when I went to one level and then the next level just for the fact that the numbers are so different after 100. It bugs my OCD.
It fried my brain and it offended me.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, this one I'm waiting for. I'm trying to build up some gem boxes because build day is my nemesis, but I'm trying to get this one. That's my goal for the end of this season is to get this to T12s. Vizey has another question coming in. I'm going to hit some red buttons while she types out her questions because they're driving me absolutely insane. Okay. Oh, she says she's good. Is there any other comments, something I'm missing that we didn't touch on? Is everybody good?
I think you've covered an awful lot, man. I just want to say thank you for everything that you have shared.
No problem. I know I'm not like, an expert, but I try to share what I know. So,
Well, it's
Knowledge.
good when we all get together because all of us have different information and everybody gets to hear all of it.
yeah. So, well, if there's no other questions, I think we'll do this is probably the longest lesson one that I have. I do have other ones like a hero one to do and the tech one, and then I also want to do ones where we just open it up for anybody to join to ask any questions on anything. And then closer to the end of the season, I want to open it up and we'll start for people who are interested in what Olympus looks like or has questions about that to start explaining to people the next phase of the game because that is a big change and change is scary. So if we can kind of ease people's fears, it might get more people staying with the game instead of running away from it at season 5. Like I've seen some people get scared and it's not as scary as it looks.
Yeah, that happens quite often.
Yeah. But
It's much easier if a team sticks together, and stuff like this is going to help the team stick together. So,
yeah. So if anybody has any more questions, I know it's going on 2 hours now, so I probably am almost dead. I'm at 50%. So sharing my screen with the game and chatting is a real drain on my battery. All right, guys, I think we're good. If you have any questions, you can always message me or you can message Flash. He's a lot more knowledgeable on stuff, or Chad. Um, they know a lot of stuff. Shiza knows a lot of stuff too. So I'm willing to help. And if I don't know, I'll find it. I'll find out for you. So if that's it,
yeah,
I'll call it a night.
sounds good.
Good night, all.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for joining, guys.
Y'all have a good night.
All right. Bye, guys.